Hi guys, it's Tiffany. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be talking about top 10 best concealers. As you guys can tell, my background is different because I rearranged my filming room, so now I'm in a different area. Ignore the makeup back there. But yeah, I am obsessed with concealers. You guys know that majority of the time I only wear concealer rather than like foundation and concealers. So yeah, nothing too crazy today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the little bell to join my little family. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get started. So this was so hard picking out just 10 because I love so many concealers, but I narrowed it down to these 10. Starting off, I have my Undone Beauty Conceal to Reveal concealing palette, I guess. No, it's not a palette. It's just a concealer in a compact, and I know what you guys are thinking. Compact concealers are so scary. Majority of the time, the textures are just too thick and greasy, and they don't blend nice on the skin or especially underneath the eyes. But I'm telling you guys, this is the best concealer, best compact concealer. It is so creamy, has very nice coverage. It actually has 3 sections of like how much coverage you have. I think it's like sheer, medium, and then full coverage. So you can really control what you want. It gives you a lot of variety, and it has a very nice dewy finish. It's extremely hydrating and creamy. You can even see in the pan like how glossy it is. So when I just want to use my finger and apply concealer really quickly, I need somewhere to go, and I don't want to think about doing my makeup, I always grab for this concealer because I just know it works. I know it's great. I know it'll work for my dry skin and underneath my eyes, and it'll look amazing all day long. So I am in love with this Undone Beauty concealer. Secondly, we have my Glossier Stretch Concealer. I'm in the shade G8, and I like this pretty much for the same reasons I like my Undone Beauty one. The Undone Beauty one I think is actually a dupe for the Glossier one. This is also very glossy, very dewy. This is like on a scale of 1 to 10 of dewiness, it's a 10. It is extremely kind of glossy and wet looking underneath the eyes, so it is extremely hydrating. It won't pick up on any like dry patches. It's super creamy and just easily blendable. I prefer using my finger with this. I think it looks the best because your finger kind of warms the product. But yeah, this is really nice for like my natural makeup wears because I think this has maybe like a light to medium coverage. I think you can definitely build it up, but it is a little bit more on the sheer side. But I just love this concealer because there's really nothing else like it that I've ever found come close to it. It's just so like moldable. I don't know, it's just very easy to work with. I also use this to carve out my brows because it's just that creamy and that blendable. It looks very natural on the skin, so I love my Glossier Stretch Concealer. Third, we have my Josie Maran Vibrancy Concealer. I feel like this is such an underrated concealer because this is a full coverage hydrating concealer. It has argan oil in it to keep your under eyes very hydrated, and I like this because it's full coverage without being thick and pasty and without being like very noticeable that you're wearing makeup. It's a very natural full coverage concealer, so this will cover everything, get rid of your under eye circles and brighten. So I really like this, especially on like days that I want glam but I still want my skin to look really natural and pretty. Third, we have my Neutrogena Radiance Cream Concealer Healthy Skin. So this was my dupe for the NARS Radiance Creamy Concealer, and I personally think this is better than the NARS one because I think this has more coverage and I think this brightens a little bit more. But overall, this is the best dupe for the NARS Radiance Creamy Concealer. Like same packaging, almost same formula. I think this is just a little bit, it has more of a satin finish. Like the finish isn't exactly the same as the NARS one. This is more of like a natural satin finish underneath the eyes, but it is not drying whatsoever. It works great on me, and this honestly kind of gives me like slight blurring effect underneath my eyes, so that's why I really like this as well. Fourth, we have my Rare Beauty concealer. Now people are like 50-50 about this concealer, and I am on the 50 side of loving it. I feel like this is a great natural concealer. It does have like a medium coverage, So you can either make it very natural looking or very like full coverage looking, and this is just very natural underneath the eyes. Like, it doesn't look like you're wearing a very thick noticeable concealer, and it works great on my dry skin. So I think this is really pretty. It covers, it brightens, it does all that good stuff, and it has a very natural finish underneath the eyes without drying. So I love this Rare Beauty concealer. My sixth concealer is the Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic, sorry, I had a burp, creamy concealer. I really slept on this for a long time. When I first bought it, I really liked it, and then I like stopped using it completely, and then I started reaching for it again and just fell in love. It is one of the best concealers, hands down. So incredibly creamy and so incredibly hydrating. When I wear this, it does everything you would want a concealer to do. It looks natural underneath the eyes, very hydrating, doesn't pick up on any patches, brightens, covers dark circles. So this is a really great affordable concealer. So really good for my dry skin people. Now my seventh concealer is the Sephora Bright Future Gel Serum Concealer. So whenever something has the word gel or serum in it, I'm automatically drawn to it. And this is just one of those things where I literally only bought it because it had those words in the name, and I'm so happy I bought this Sephora concealer because it is just so incredibly lightweight and creamy, and it really is just like a gel-like serum. Like, it feels so nice underneath the eyes. That's why it's so incredibly lightweight, because it is like a gel serum. So this is going to be very hydrating. It also is great at covering under eye circles, and not to mention this is only $10, I believe. I'll correct it if I'm wrong. This is pretty affordable, so I fell in love with this concealer. It is just such a great concealer for like dry under eyes, and it'll just conceal, look very smooth and pretty all day long. Now you guys know I had to mention the new Tarte Ultra Creamy Shape Tape. This is their new reformulated Shape Tape concealer. It's much more hydrating, it's much more creamy. I personally have never tried the original Shape Tape because I've always heard that it's too dry, and you know, me having dry skin, I just never cared to purchase it. But when I saw that they came out with this ultra creamy one, I was like, that is for me. So I bought it immediately, and I bought it on sale for $13 at Ulta, which, you know, but yeah, I am in love with this concealer. So creamy, so hydrating. And what I love the most about this concealer is that this does not crease on me at all. Literally crease proof. This guy right here. I'm prone to creasing, so I don't really mind creasing that much because I just have really like deep lines where I just tend to crease. But with this concealer, I never crease, so this never lets me down. I typically wear this on days where I want, you know, I'm going out and I want to look nice. So this guy never fails me. So creamy, hydrating, lasts all day long, looks very smooth, brightens and covers, so very full coverage as well. So never fails me. And you guys know I had to also mention the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. This is just like a classic. I think everyone is in love with this concealer. It's so hydrating. The satin finish is satin, but it's not drying at all. And this is such like a full coverage brightening concealer. I love it so much because, kind of like the Tarte one, it never fails me. It never fails to look amazing underneath my eyes, but it does crease on me a little bit here and there. But like I said, I'm prone to creasing. You can really wear this, I think, no matter what the season is, because sometimes I tend to gravitate towards other products in the winter versus the summer, but this is a product I seem to be grabbing whenever because it just works that well. Now lastly, it is my Milani Supercharged Brightening Under Eye Tint. This is what I use in my everyday makeup routine, which has changed because that literally changes all the time. Let me know down in the comments if you guys want me to, you know, post my new everyday makeup routine. But I still love this concealer nonetheless. This is a very thin, natural, lightweight concealer. This will literally make you look like you have no under eye bags naturally. When you put this on, it just kind of melts into your skin and makes it look like your skin but better. But it hydrates, it cancels out all your dark circles, and it just makes it look like you're very naturally beautiful. So yeah, I really love this and I will never stop purchasing it. Alright guys, so that was my top 10 best concealers. A lot of them were drugstore. I think I only had like a few that were kind of high-end and more pricey, but that just goes to show that you don't need to spend so much money for like literally the best of the best. So again, these are just my opinions based on what I've tried. I really like these really work for me, so what might work for me might not work for you, etc., vice versa. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful as well. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for being here. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next one.